Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, and spiritual health and coaching paradigm. We try to do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We do that through audios. We've got nearly almost 1,000, crossing to 1,000, probably over the next week or so, of these available for your listening pleasure. Continuing to add, so please like, subscribe, comment below if there's something you want to hear that you haven't heard. Would love to do that as well. This is our life lesson series, and so these are just things that life may be trying to teach you that you are kind of walking away from, running away from, avoiding, whatever have you. First is self-esteem. So self-esteem is all about the self. You have to see yourself as valuable before other people will. A lot of times people make the mistake of esteem of others being the defining factor of how successful they are as people, and this is not only goofy and unhelpful to you, but it actually leads to lower self-esteem, because when we're putting our esteem based on other people, then there can be challenges in that way, in a way that doesn't lead us in a positive direction under any circumstance. So hopefully you're kind of working through that. The next is be driven. Know what drives you, but also know what's going to keep you motivated. A lot of times what happens for folks is they get driven very early on in a journey, whatever the journey is, and then all of a sudden they begin to kind of burn out, peter out when they're expecting too much from themselves too quickly, and they don't get what they need to out of daily living. They don't get what they need to out of the process of all of it. And so then they begin to burn out on an emotional, mental health level, and it leads them to negativity. It leads them to frustration. It leads them to discomfort. It leads them to a whole bunch of things that don't necessarily get them where they want to be. And then they're wondering why they ever started on a journey to begin with from a mental and emotional level. So the next is finding a way that works for you. Look, not everyone is going to be able to do the same things in the same manner. Finding ways that things work for you and make sense to you, and in how you schedule your day, and how you relate with people, and how you get things done, and how you prioritize your tasks, and how you view the world. That has to be unique to you. There are 7 billion people on the planet. You are one of them. That does not mean you're going to view the world or see the world or have value for the world in the same way that other people do. It doesn't mean that you have less value because you're not conforming. In reality, knowing yourself completely also means accepting that maybe the things that I need, the things that I want, the things that matter to me are not as productive as they could be, but understanding how to move ourselves forward from a place of stuckness into a place of higher value can be super, super valuable, and also can benefit us in whatever way we need them to for as long as we need them to. So hopefully that's helpful. The next thing to look at is the potential of kind of addressing some inner challenges, getting past what you desire to do versus what you need to do. So that's about discipline, understanding where you're disciplined and where your weaknesses are as it relates to discipline, knowing that you don't have all the discipline you need, because if you did, you wouldn't even need necessarily any sort of full-on coaching, because there's the areas where we all slide. Look, I'm not disciplined in returning some phone calls and things that I need to do sometimes, and I own that, and I always make up for it. But the fact of the matter is knowing where your discipline strengths and weaknesses are, and also avoiding excuses. At the end of the day, anything that doesn't get done, there's an excuse behind it. And the more you indulge in the concept of excuses, the more you give yourself reason to fall short of your own expectations. Fearing that you have a reason, or you don't have enough of a reason, or it's not fair, or this isn't right, or that's not right. At the end of the day, the bill collector doesn't care if what your problem is. The person who was expecting you to be there half an hour ago doesn't care why you're not there. What we care about is results. So finding a way to care more about results and less about kind of moving forward is valuable. The last thing is understanding that adversity and fear of failure go hand in hand. Look, when we are dealing with adversity, we don't like it. Nobody likes to deal with hardship, but at the same time, we grow through the hardships we face. And when we begin to understand that hardship is not a bad thing, but can help us to grow, we can view it differently and therefore treat it differently. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.